Shalom. Shalom to the nation of Israel. First and foremost, before I get into my lesson, I want to start off by giving all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders, a great millstone that teach and that rule well today. And peace and salutation also to the fellow laborers that's in the ministry and the believers that scatter worldwide in all truth and sincerity, day in and day out. Once again, I'm the brother Shaquat Gabar, coming at you with another quick lesson. And right before I get into this lesson, this message or these videos goes out to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which we are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible, and also to the Israelite foreigners that scattered amongst the heathen nations and that may take on the physical appearance of another nation. But if your bloodline goes back to Negro, Latino, or Native American descent by the seed of your father, you are considered an Israelite as well. Once again, shalom. So basically, as you can see, going into current news, okay, when it comes to this economy, okay, which we are already in the know, okay, when it comes to this whole government shutdown, okay, now we're at the point, that it was shut down over 30 plus days, okay, and now they're talking about trying to come with a billing or a bill, okay, to reopen the government, from a government shutdown, okay, which this government shutdown has played a big role into financially when it comes to benefits, aid, okay, when it comes to, such thing as SNAP programs, EBT, food stamps, okay, the working force when it comes to federal government jobs, such as, the airlines, okay, I think they call it TSA, okay, and certain furloughs, workers not getting paid but still have to go to work, okay, and it caused a big uproar, okay, people not showing up for work, okay, because they're not getting paid due to the government shutdown, when it comes to certain federal jobs, okay, like I say, when it comes to the EBT and certain benefits, when it comes to food program, people in the uproar about that. But now you're coming to the point, hey, that you have the when it comes to the government, you got the right, okay, blaming the left for the shutdown, the left blaming the right for the shutdown, okay, which all of it's a farce, man, okay, a setup, okay, because we know, according to the times that we're in biblical prophecy, if we come into the downfall of America financially, okay, when it comes to this economy, and we're on the verge of this place collapsing, and we know that these elites, when I say these elites, the central bankers, okay, or the illuminated ones, okay, that run the world, okay, especially here in America, when it comes to the so-called white race, okay, in particular when it comes to the elites, which the biblical Edomites, as we're coming to their downfall, and we know that they want to bring in the NWO by bringing in a cashless society, okay, a worldwide or a global reset, replacing the physical dollar, okay, starting here in America, to come with ultimately the prophecy of Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, the RFID microchip, which is known as the mark of the beast, okay, or we say the MOTB, that's going to replace the physical dollar, okay, but right before that, okay, they ready, doing, test runs, okay, to see the reaction of the people, okay, they got their saying, reaction, or no, problem, reaction, solution, okay, and now we at a time now before they bring the ultimate device, the RFID micro, okay, now we hear the talks about universal basic income, Fed now, digital wallet, okay, conditioning the people, okay, to move towards or to accept a cashless society, okay, and the whole point of this lesson is that, and when it comes to this place, America is not going to be healed, man, okay, and this place is already on the verge of collapsing, that this place is already facing trillions and trillions of dollars in debt, okay, and we're at the time of civil unrest, uproars of the people, okay, the coming of martial law, detention centers, strict legislations, okay, a division, Okay, uh, as we're approaching the time of Jacob's trouble for you tribes, man. Okay, when it comes to you Negro, Latino, and Native Americans. Okay, and the Lord has set up the prophets to come out and give that forewarning. Okay, start with the men of Great Millstone and the true brethren on down that's out there truly teaching, that's giving that warning by the way of the highways and byways, and this word being published by the way of the internet. Okay, and if they do decide to open up the government, it ain't gonna be as once it was. Okay, prior to the shutdown, or even prior to that. Okay, yeah, this place already experiencing tariffs. Okay, inflation, soon to be hyperinflation, prices going up. Okay, besides some aid and benefits being cut. Okay, this place is experiencing job losses. Okay, unemployment. Okay, um, the mortgage or uh, um, rent going up, leading to poverty, people losing their homes. Okay, everything's going up, man. Okay, but we already know it's going to turn out, leading to this place total collapse. Okay, ultimately leading to this place ultimately being destroyed at the peak of the Third World War, as it prophesied by the way of thermonuclear missiles. Okay, because that's the destiny of this place, America. Okay, also leading to the time of who the world called Christ, Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, second coming, by the way of the chariots, what the world called UFOs, bringing destruction, okay, to this place and worldwide by the way of the chariots, bringing fire. And only ones that's going to be delivered out of the great trials and tribulations is the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay, the 144,000 and 1/3 that's destined to be saved. That's of Negro, Latino, and Native American descent. Okay, here from out of America, and as well where the elect is scattered worldwide, according to Matthew the 29th chapter, the 24th chapter, excuse me, Matthew the 24th chapter, verses 29 through 31. Okay, but 2/3, according to Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8, gonna be cut off and judged by the plagues of the Lord hitting this place, America, man. Okay, by the way of ultimately by the missiles. Okay, especially those of our people that take that RFID micro, according to Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. Okay, that's allowed to be destroyed by the way of the missiles and the chariots. Okay, but ultimately, besides that, in this place about to experience famine, pestilence, civil unrest, race wars, martial law, natural disasters, teeth of wild beasts, pestilence. Okay, that's all the will of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, bringing plagues upon this place, man. Okay, and like I say, the only ones that's going to be delivered is the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay, 2/3 going to be judged, and these heathens when it comes to Esau Edom. And after all said and done, once Yahweh Shai delivered the elect, that's going to lead to Yahweh Shai establish the kingdom of Israel, and these heathen nations, starting with the elites of Esau Edom, and the heathen nations that remain after the destruction of the aftermath of the Third World War. Okay, they're going into captivity. Okay, and they're going to build up our kingdom. Okay, which when it comes to our land, okay, which that land, the land of Israel, going to be destroyed or cleansed by the way of missiles. Okay, when it comes to courtesy to Russia, China, Iran, okay, mainly Russia, okay, that's going to send their missiles upon that place. They cleanse it because the people that's over there are not the original inheritors, and that land going to be cleansed just for us to rightfully own our land again, and these heathen nations build our kingdom up. Okay, but when it comes to America, that's going to be destroyed by the way of the missiles. It's going to become a desert. Okay, and never inhabited again by nations. But I'm gonna read a couple of these headlines. Okay, going into this whole government shutdown. Okay, they trying to reopen it, and like I say, eventually, when it comes to this place, America, ain't gonna be no bounce back or making America great again. Okay, this place is on the verge, as is already prophesied, okay, or ordained of its downfall and destruction. Okay, so you can see off of ABC News, government shutdown update, House to return after Senate passes government funding bill. Okay, government shutdown live updates as funding bill moves to the House after the Senate passage. Okay, and it's all a joke, man. Okay, because here Trump, for the past, since he came back in office, he been passing uh, executive orders or bills, okay, without the influence of the senators, the Senate or the Congress, man. Okay, just like that, they could have opened up Ben could have opened up the government, okay, when it comes to federal aid, okay, but then once again, they want to cause problem, reaction, solution, okay, to see the people reaction, okay, get them to submit to this government, to trust in this government more and more, okay. Let's see. Trump says only people that hate our country want government shutdown to continue. Yeah, like I say, all over a big joke, man. Okay, 'cause if he really cared for the economy and the people, it would have never been a government shutdown. But we know throughout prior years, they always have a way to, when it comes to the government shutdown or the Fed's cliff, they find a way to pass a bill to extend government funding. But like I say, now we're at the point of this place is running out of time when it comes to the debt. Okay, debt being building more and more. At the same time, this government sending billions of dollars to other countries for war, mainly war. Okay, doing trade deals. Okay, and leaving the American citizens, in a tight situation when it comes to financial. And it says bill to end government shutdown heads to House, but air travel issues could proceed. Okay, and like I say, the traveling. Okay, the airlines. Okay, that's been more of a threat. Um, live updates, health cares sedatus still divided Congress as government shutdown near to, and I guess end. Let me see. Top houses Democrats vow to oppress shutdown bill over health care funding. Okay, because this, they don't, this whole government shutdown not only affected, certain aids such as, food stamps or EBT, okay, and all, federal government jobs when it comes to their pay, but also, Medicaid, okay, Medicaid, Medicare, okay. Then they got to blame it on the immigrants. It's a reason why, there's a shutdown, all type of madness, man. Trump administration live updates. House expect to vote to end government shutdown. Okay, Senate sends shutdown deal to House. Trump honors veterans. Okay, cause November, this the veteran month. Okay, which that's all a joke. Cause they don't give a damn about their veteran. Okay, cause a lot of these veterans that fought for this country, they ain't been receiving certain pay or aid or benefits due to the shutdown. Okay, or due to the tariffs and certain cutoffs. Okay, the Doge. Okay, situation. Okay, that Trump and Elon Musk done passed to cut off certain government funding or spending. Okay, what I think it was on DEI. Okay, yeah, but the whole point is that you can see it going into the EBT. Okay, the flights. Okay, but all eventually gonna lead to that more and more this place is gonna verge or collapsing, man. Okay, ain't no bouncing back for this place, man. Okay, and it's already prophesied. Okay, because the reason why, because the Lord about ready to destroy this place, due to all the wickedness that this place America uphold, man. Okay, starting with this place known for the captivity of the nation of Israel, the bloodshed of the Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, the fraud, the theft, the robbery. Okay, and also the wicked laws and that this system or this country uphold that's contrary to the ways, to the laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay, and all the wickedness that this place uphold, man. The Momo agenda. Okay, how defiled this place is. You know, when it comes to GMO food, okay, everything corrupt. Okay, when it comes to the people, okay, the like I say, the food, the water, the air, okay, the infrastructure, okay. Hey, so this place ain't gonna bounce back, man. It's heading for its downfall, heading to its downfall as it prophesied, man. Okay, but let me go ahead and get into the scriptures. And I'm gonna start off with Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 7. And it says, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. Okay, and Babylon, okay, which America, okay, when you ain't gonna see the terminology or the word America in the Bible, although it's prophesied in the scriptures. Okay, and it's codified or symbolic under different ancient empires or kingdoms, because America had taken on those ancient customs. Okay, hey, we in the holiday seasons. Okay, we just got past Halloween. Okay, now we're coming to Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve. Okay, and all those certain holidays that this place America uphold or traditions. Okay, they're really pagan customs. Okay, or satanic customs, man. Okay, they just pack it up in a way when it comes to feasts or entertainment. Okay, they pushing. Okay, hey, this place uphold different sets of religions, pushing idol worship. Okay, these false gods being reverenced by our people and by the average American person. Okay, that's outside of this truth. Okay, not acknowledging the true power. That is only one power, Yahweh Bashim Awashai. Okay, the art of blaspheming. Okay, that this place uphold, man. Okay, many reasons why this place is gonna be destroyed, man. But it says Babylon, okay, which America is known also as Babylon. Okay, like I said, after ancient empires. Okay, Babylon being one, Egypt, Sodom, okay, Nineveh, okay. But it says Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. Okay, and that word Babylon in the Hebrew, Baal, means confusion. And that's what this place uphold, nothing but confusion. Okay, and these false identities, okay, that they label us or the nations, especially when it comes to the tribes, because over here we've been taught that we're Negroes, African Americans, okay, Hispanics, Latinos, Puerto Ricans, okay, Mexicans, okay, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, all those false identities, man. Okay, so-called white. Okay, when it comes to Esau, Edom. Okay, these heathen nations that got false identities. Okay, but now we come to the point, Lord bringing everything back into His biblical portion, man. Okay, when it comes to everything being revealed. Okay, especially when it comes to who are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites at this time. Okay, and who are the wicked. Okay, and these heathens identity. Okay, starting with Esau, Edom being the wicked. But it says Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. Yeah, so because Yahweh Shemal Shah set up all kingdoms, all rulership. And right now we're in the time of the rulership of the Edomites through America, okay? America, the EU, NATO, okay? And other countries that the Edomites are ruling at, okay? The Russians, okay, even though they got the difference with the West, okay? But they're Edomites, okay? And other these other superpowers that's in league with Esau, Edom, okay? When it comes to these elites, okay? Even though they got infighting amongst each other, okay? But the Lord set up all nations, and at this time, mainly America, through the biblical Edomites that's ruling, that's being that golden cup, okay? That make all the earth drunken. But Esau, Edom philosophies, okay? They politics, they democracy, okay? They dollar, they trades, okay? In Revelation, 17th chapter and the 18th chapter going into that, okay? The great whore, okay? That they use whoredom when it comes to America, okay? Influence these other countries, mainly by the way of the dollar, okay? And also by the way America is known for their military. When it comes to the blessing of Esau, Edom, they swore they're able to go throughout these different other countries and pursue them with the sword, conquer them, setting up their regimes, okay, the bidding, okay, or do the further their agenda here in America, okay, throughout different other countries, okay. It says that make all the earth drunken, the nations have drunken of wine, therefore the nations are mad, okay. So just as these other nations, okay, they have taken on the influence of America, they just as about corrupt, okay. But now we're coming to the time of division that the Lord is about to set up these other nations to come against America, like I say, such as Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, okay, certain other Central America countries, South America, okay, them Arab states ready to come against this place. And you got division here in America, okay, that's imploding within itself, okay. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain? If so be, she may be healed, okay. And the balm representing a healing ointment, okay. But the scripture says, we will have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, let us go every one into his own country. For her judgment reacheth into heaven, and it lifteth up to the skies. Hey, so this place is not going to be healed, okay? Especially financially, okay, when it comes to this economy, because it's full of debt when it comes to the dollar, which is a debt note itself. When it comes to the Federal Reserve notes, okay, which is owned to the bankers, okay, the elite bankers, such as the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, Oppenheimers, okay, those that's ruling these central bankers, these central banks, okay, that's why you hear the talk too as CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, okay, like I said, as they want to get rid of this current system financially, the physical dollar, and ready to bring in a digital currency. That's all going to tie to that RFID micro being implemented. Okay? Hey, so this place ain't going to be healed, man. Okay? And ultimately going to be destroyed. That's why you're seeing as well people fleeing out of this place, America. Okay, you got Americans talking about somebody fleeing out this place or leaving this place. Okay? And they're making it hard for them now because these airlines are being shut down. Okay, they're about to come with more travel bans, more restrictions. And the only way you can be able to travel if you got that real ID, okay, and eventually have that RFID micro, okay, that's going to be more surveillance. They're here to talk about that now. More biometric surveillance, facial recognition, fingerprint, okay. But you're seeing that now. And these nations starting to flee out of this country, okay. And those that remain in the time that we're coming into, okay, you even got certain our people trying to flee out this place, okay. But those that remain in this place, a great judgment going to come upon them. And those that flee, a judgment going to come upon them too as well. Okay? The Lord about to bring judgment worldwide, but mainly to this place, America. Okay? We in the time of the Lord visiting the earth, man. Okay? Hey, but this whole government, being reopened as they trying to, pass the bill, okay, they're just going to lead to more of our people trying to trust in this place, man. Okay, because mainly our people that crying out, okay, for this government to open back up so they can receive their benefits. But they ain't gonna be as usual as it used to. Okay, they're gonna come with more and more of that NWO strategy. Okay, amongst you tribes and all you nations that's over here that depending on this government. Okay, like I say, problem, reaction, solution. Let's get this. But mainly our people, man. Okay, and we told you, okay, start with the men of Yahweh Shemal Shah, the prophets, the men of great millstone and brother on down, that this place about to be destroyed. And we always giving that forewarning, okay, to you tribes to repent and to come back and acknowledge your heritage, acknowledge your power, Yahweh Shemal Shah, and the prophets and the prophecies in the times that we're in. Okay, letting you know about your enemy, Esau, Edom, and what's prophesied, man. Okay, and why they come against us as a nation, because they are our enemies. Okay, but our people don't want to trust in the Lord. They ain't want to repent. They want to furthermore trust in this system, trust in these false gods. Okay, idol worship. Okay, so let's get this. Isaiah chapter 36, verse 6. Lo, thou trustest in the staff of the broken reed on Egypt. Okay, and this going into this place America, okay, which is known as spiritual Egypt today, okay, which the word Egypt, which is a Greek word, mean bondage, okay, because we know about ancient Egypt was the first captivity of the Israelites, okay, in the harsh captivity then, okay, but now it's come in the form of America spiritually, okay, and Esau Edom being a modern day Pharaoh, okay, that's oppressing us, okay, but now we're at the time that the staff is being broken, going into this government, okay, or the aid, okay, but a lot of our people still want to trust in this place, man. And it says it to the point, hey, they're going to present that RFID micro, and those of our people that take it, like I say, it's going to be a judgment for them. And it says, lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon, and we know what happened in ancient Egypt. Okay, eventually the Lord brought plagues upon ancient Egypt and destroyed and delivered the nation of Israel by the way of Moses, okay, during that time, okay? And so the Lord about to bring plagues upon this place, okay, the spiritual Egypt, okay, and only delivered the elect at this time, okay, when Yahweh shall return, okay, by the way of the prophets, okay, as well, leading the way by this word, this ministry, gathering the elect through this word. And it says, lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is the Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all them, all that trust in him. Hey, so they're going to fall. Okay, those that trust in this place, well, I think that Proverbs 11:21, though hand join hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. Okay, so Esau Edom, he's going to be judged, and he see the nation, okay, for all the wickedness they have done here on the earth and to us, okay, as a nation, and the blaspheming against the Lord, okay, and the God of the Bible, the power, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and 2/3 of our people that trust in this place, man, okay, they all going to fall, man. Let's get this. Isaiah chapter 31, verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots. Yeah, the horses represent their power, okay, their military might, their financial system, but all that start to be declined, man. Okay, the American military, okay, even though it's still strong, but it's starting to decline, okay? People not willing to fight for this country no more, okay? Especially country tribes, because our people always know to join the military, okay, not for a spec in war, but for benefits and financial gain, okay? But all that's starting to decline, man, okay? That's why I said woe unto them. The word woe means destruction, okay? And stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And that's our people. They're not seeking Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai by the way of the prophets, man. Okay, but trusting in this place. And so it doesn't matter how much they talk about the government being reopened. Eventually this place is going to have its downfall, man. Okay? And they just right now just pacifying you Americans and you tribes, man. Okay, to get you conditioning, okay, or bringing more gradualism. They're trying to accept or submit to the NWO as they come down to bring that squeeze, man. Okay, Revelation 12:12. Okay, because Esau know he have a short time left. They're trying to perfect this NWO. Okay, he see the prophets out there. Okay, he seeing the chariots. Okay, he seeing the signs they sell. Okay, they got the priests on the left hand side, the astrologers, you know, the stargazers, you know, prognosticators, you know, all that the scripture says. I think that Isaiah 47. Okay, but none of that's gonna prevail, man. Okay, but they see their time is short. Hold on, give me a minute. They say, but they know their time is short, man. Let me get this. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, say the Lord, that take counsel, but not on me, and that cover with a covering, but not on my spirit, that may add sin to sin. And that's our people. Okay, at the time, you know, mainly the 2/3, because the elect is going to repent and come back into the covered the cover of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And being covered in the times that we're coming into. Okay, also the hopeful elect. Okay, eventually the elect. Okay, and it says verse 2. To walk, to go down to Egypt, they have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and trust in the shadow of Egypt. Yeah, shadow represent the cover. Okay, so they looking for this place to be their covering more and more. Okay, trusting in this place, America. Okay, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Okay, so more and more you're gonna get more confusion for you tribes, man. Okay, especially in the time of Jacob's trouble and all hell break loose, man. Okay, let me see. Let's get this. Isaiah chapter 19, verse 14. The Lord had mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, that had caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggered in his vomit. Okay, perverse spirit. Okay, confusion. Okay, here in this place of America. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail or branch or rush may do. Hey, it's coming to this place financially on all levels, ready to crash, man. The financial aid, okay, the benefits, the loans, okay, the jobs, okay, the food, the marketplaces, the restaurants, the entertainment, okay, all that, man, on a decline, man. Okay, it's about to be the time of straight civil unrest, anarchy, all hell breaking loose, man. Jacob's trouble. And the only ones that's going to be exempt is the elect. And it says, in that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and feared because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shake over. Yeah, by the way of the prophets, the Lord giving that warning, okay? And we are the hopeful elect, we preparing ourselves, man. Okay, that's why it says Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6, for wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of our time, man. Okay, hey, because we know, certain brothers and sisters, because we got to be here in this system. We get up, we work, we get certain aid from this government, but we know that that's not the be all, the end all, man. Okay, we know that this place eventually going to have its time of crash, man. Okay, financially, and that's why it's time now more and more to be more spiritual. Okay, because when it comes to the MOTB, the elect is not going to take that. Okay, even if it mean unto death. Okay, Revelation 20 and 4. Okay, we're going to have some martyrs, but we know that when it comes to the elect, okay, those that the Lord have covering, okay, which all the elect going to be covered. And the Lord says servants is going to eat, drink, rejoice, okay, be taken care of. Okay, the Lord going to perform miracles, guide his elect, okay, perform spiritual power, okay, having the angels being a guide, okay, the Lord being a guide for his elect, okay. Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6, and wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy times and strength for salvation. The fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, is his treasure. So knowing his word, okay, and serving Yahweh Shem Shai is going to be our stability, okay, especially having the names, man, wholeheartedly believing in those names, okay, that we have to call upon, man, okay. Let me see, that's what okay, let me I think it's Psalms. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 10. The name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is a strong tower. The righteousness runneth into it and is safe. And that's ultimately the elect. Okay, elect is going to be sealed with the names of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, which is going to lead to the covering. Okay, and having the understanding of the truth, man. Okay, and knowing the times that we're approaching. Okay, also the hopeful elect. Okay, let me get this and I'll get ready to close. Hey, so it doesn't matter how much They trying to reopen the government. All gonna lead to this place downfall. And now at the time, eventually Esau Edom trying to bring more of his agenda when it comes to his NWO to get the people submit. Okay. Like I say, problem, reaction, solution. Okay. But all of it eventually gonna lead to Yahweh Shema Shah bringing judgment. Okay. Because these devils ain't gonna perform or establish the NWO. Okay, the Lord got them in a trick bag, man. Okay, he got them deceived, man. Okay. This is Job. I mean, speaking of Job, with that Job, 12 and 16, the deceive and the deceiver are his. The Lord got those that deceiving and those that being deceived. Okay, when it comes to Esau, Edom, and trusting in this place, man, of our people. Okay, but this is 2 Esdras 9 and 9. Then shall they be in a pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they have that had cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment. That's going into your tribes, man, the 2/3. How you cast away the Lord, okay, by not taking heed to his prophets or his word by the way of the internet, okay, and not repenting, okay. So they're gonna be in a pitiful case as we come to that point in time of Jacob's trouble and leading to great destruction, okay, and judgment. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, okay, the benefits, man, of this place, man, but they don't acknowledge Yahweh Shem Shai, our people. Okay, they acknowledge this system, they acknowledge these false gods, idol worship, okay, not acknowledging that Yahweh Shem Shai give them their daily bread or their prosperity, okay. And it says, and they that had lost my law while they had yet liberty, okay, this is the time yet liberty now, while the Lord have his prophets out there, because there's going to come a time when the Lord going to remove his prophets, okay, Amos 8 and 11, okay, leading to the famine of the word, man, and his word being censorship on the internet. We coming to that point of time now, okay. And when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it, the same must know it after death by pain. Okay, and it's going to come to the 2/3 of our people that scoffing and scorning, the non-believers, okay, they're coming against the prophets, okay, trying to cause the prophets harm, okay. And so we already know how it's going to plan out, man, when it comes to the scriptures, man. Okay, and so ain't no healing in this place, man. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and end the lesson here, and I'll pray that lesson with edifying. Till next time, Lord willing. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.